Cannot believe it, but we are now diving into November, and this is certainly looking like a strong month for video game releases. There are so many great games coming out still for the remainder of this year, and no doubt many of you are having troubles keeping up with all the action. However, the Xbox team are not slowing down, as we have 16 brand new Game Pass games arriving into Game Pass for November and beyond. Remember to subscribe down below for more Xbox updates, and let me know in the comments below what your favourite Game Pass game has been for this year. Now, let's dive right in. A game that got announced back at the Xbox Gamescom showcase a couple of months ago was Headbangers. Essentially, this is a battle royale rhythm game, but with quirky looking pigeons. You and 29 other pigeons will compete against each other in rhythmic battles whilst trying to complete your quest of becoming the master headbanger. We talk about some unique titles, and I tell you what, I'm actually really looking forward to this game. The devs have promised 23 minigames across 4 rounds at launch, with even more content and cosmetics coming down the line in the near future. It dances its way onto Game Pass day 1 today, so make sure you're ready for some musical pigeon beats. This next game is one that I am incredibly hyped to play, as the visuals and gameplay look utterly fantastic. Jusant is a climbing game where you will reach and grab with each arm independently, and you need to carefully manage your stamina while scaling a huge vertical fantasy world. There are massive amounts of cliff faces and biomes to explore, and in doing so you will hopefully uncover what happened to the last inhabitants of this mountain. There are so many gameplay snippets out in the wild already, with some gorgeous looking visuals, incredible vistas, and some treacherous but challenging gameplay. Many players who have had hands-on with this game state how well crafted the world is, and I cannot wait to climb in Jusant as it falls onto Game Pass day 1 today for console, cloud, and PC. Additionally, joining these 2 amazing titles today, we have the open world RPG known as Wartales. This is a game in which you will lead a group of mercenaries in their search for wealth across a massive and detailed medieval universe. You will get to explore the world, recruit some unique companions, collect dangerous bounties, and unravel the secrets of the tombs of ancients. This journey through this beautiful, vast open world is full of so many questions and interesting encounters, and you will get to immerse yourself in lively villages and remnants of a bygone era. This game has been given heavy praise by many who have played it on PC, and it's certainly recommended to play when it arrives today for console, cloud, and PC Game Pass. Now, coming to us on November 2nd, we have a release of an awesome but odd-looking indie title from the creators Annapurna Interactive. Thirsty Suitors is a stylish, story-driven adventure that unfolds through turn-based battles, skateboarding, and cooking. As if that wasn't enough packed into a game, Thirsty Suitors is also a stylish celebration of South Asian culture that takes great inspiration from the developers' lived experiences. From what we have seen so far, the gameplay sections look to have incredible depth to them, with the combat featuring upgrades, special abilities, and even a mood system. Skating also has a ton of tricks, combos, and challenges to complete, and cooking will see Jala repairing her relationship with her mother. This next title is one that really does intrigue me, and it looks like it might be a barrel of laughs. PlayUp combines chaotic kitchen and restaurant management with strategic planning and development to create a delightful roguelike dish unlike any other. Think of Overcooked, but with some new interesting mechanics and even more chaotic happenings. Up to 4 players can build and run a restaurant from scratch, choosing dishes, buying and placing appliances, cooking food, and serving customers. In addition to this, you will also have free reign to design your own restaurant, which will expand and develop between shifts, with additional content and challenges being unlocked through progression. It looks like a really good indie game, and the overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam paint the picture of a fantastic experience. This arrives onto Game Pass on 2nd of November. One game I know that many sports fans are looking forward to is arriving onto Xbox Series consoles and PC, and also Game Pass day 1, and that is Football Manager 2024 and Football Manager 2024 Console Edition. Both games mark the final version of Football Manager before the series undergoes one of the biggest revamps in history for Football Manager 25, and so Sports Interactive is calling Football Manager 24 the most complete version that they've ever produced. There are so many new features coming to this game, but one we already know about is the ability to transfer your saved game from Football Manager 23, and this is something that fans have been requesting for many years. Further additions include a refresh of set pieces and smarter transfers and finances, and altogether it looks like a great package. This looks like a great final version for the fans, and it launches onto Game Pass day 1 on the 6th of November. Our next game is one that has been on Game Pass in early access since the start of this year, but it's finally hitting its 1.0 release with even more content launching. Roboquest is a fast-paced FPS roguelike in a scorched future world. You're essentially a rebooted guardian, ready to kick some metal ass. Fighting with your buddy or by yourself, you will go ahead and annihilate hordes of deadly robots in ever-changing environments. This game launched back in 2020 on PC and has had very positive reviews since release, and after trying the game on PC myself, I can really see why. There is so much meat to the bones on this FPS roguelike, and the gameplay is incredibly addicting. Safe to say I've put more hours than I care to share, but one thing is sure, that you will have a lot of fun with this entry. This 1.0 release arrives onto Game Pass for consoles and PC on November 7th. Dungeons 4 has finally got a release date for its Game Pass release, and it's coming this month. This game will launch for PC and Xbox Series consoles on November 9th, and it'll also be hitting Game Pass for both PC and console day one. As with previous Dungeons games, you'll be building your very own dungeon, and you'll need to look after the needs of the creatures within that dungeon. Of course, the people of the realm above won't just sit there and let you terrorize them, so you have to remind them that you're the absolute evil boss. This looks like an awesome experience, and the Dungeons games have always been very well crafted. Definitely give this one a go when it drops onto Game Pass. I know that many fans have been waiting for this next entry, and it also comes to Game Pass day one on launch, and that is none other than Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. The game officially launches for Xbox One and Series consoles and comes to Game Pass on November 9th. This new entry is set to be a smaller experience when compared to a mainline game, but will introduce new fighting styles and give more players context for future games. Yakuza games have always been known for great storytelling and providing gamers with satisfying and rewarding combat, and this entry looks like it gives fans everything they wanted. If you're a fan of Yakuza, this will tie up the story between specific events on the previous games, but it's certainly worth trying if you've never tried this franchise before. A game that I can heavily recommend from playing the game for hours already is the fantastic Wild Hearts. This is an action RPG from Omega Force, and it really was a shift in a different direction. We don't usually see Omega Force games being published by other companies, but believe it or not, this is actually an EA Originals game. Essentially, this is a monster hunting game from Omega Force with some very gorgeous visuals and a different but unique mechanic style. Wild Hearts is something Omega Force is trying to do to expand their reach and build another major franchise, especially as they've only lasted on Dynasty Warriors for so long. I think it's great that we're seeing a talented team accomplish another feat, and this game has really been that. This game was a huge improvement in terms of technical and visual brilliance, and this game is one that gamers will need to try if you haven't already. It arrives onto Game Pass on November 9th for console, cloud, and PC. Now, if you've been enjoying the video so far, consider subscribing down below as we bring you Xbox content updates, reviews, and guides every single week. Remember to also check out our website, xboxnation.co.uk, as you can get gift cards, subscriptions, and games for a very low price. Starting today, you can use code XboxNation5 at checkout for 5% across any purchase. Thank you for supporting the channel, and let's get back into the games. Now, our next game arriving onto Game Pass on November 13th is the life sim / management game known as Spirit Tea. Spirit Tea whisks you off to East Asia as you look to fix up an old bathhouse and make some pennies. Doing so just happens to ensure the host of the spirits will also be able to find some peace. As mentioned, this is a mixing of the two genres, and in Spirit Tea you'll be left to run through everyday life, chatting with locals, completing quests, and taking a bit of karaoke as you look for some downtime. Helping out the spirits is also par for course, and doing so will give you the chance to earn enough to allow for upgrades to your bathhouse. This indie game has been out for a little while now, but is a great addition for Game Pass, and it's well worth playing if you like games such as Let's Build a Zoo. Another game exiting early access and fully launching on PC and Xbox consoles straight onto Game Pass is Coral Island. Coral Island is a vibrant and laid-back reimagining of farm sim games where you can be who you want to be and experience enchanting island living at your own pace. This means you will have to live off the land, nurture animals, build relationships, and make the world around you a more vital and harmonious place. This game takes some of my absolutely favourite parts of Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley, throws them in with a smidge of Animal Crossing and a large dash of something entirely of its own. The mechanics are fine minus a bug here or there, and there are so many incredible characters in the town to get to know. The story is immediately intriguing, and every day you're wondering what new and exciting thing is about to come into town. It's a great experience and so highly rated, and it's definitely worth playing when it comes to Game Pass on November 13th. One game that I know that many JRPG fans are looking forward to is a brand new genre for this franchise, and that game is Persona 5 Tactica. This time, you and the Phantom Thieves return in this tactical spin-off of Persona 5, and you'll get to assemble a beloved team of heroes in a new story in this thrilling combat adventure. There are definitely some exciting additions and innovations even veteran SRPG lovers might find interesting. Baton passes, which we know already, are making the jump just as they are to the upcoming Persona 3 Reloaded, and although they do work differently here, they look absolutely phenomenal. Triple threats are another addition, which are Tactica's takes of an all-out attack, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal in action. The game looks incredibly smooth and well polished as we expect from any Atlas title, and it comes to Xbox Game Pass on November 17th. This next game is one that is arriving early next year, but was recently announced at the Xbox Partner Preview event, and this will make all strategy fans incredibly happy. Manor Lords is coming day one to Game Pass in April 2024, and is a medieval strategy game featuring in-depth city building, large-scale tactical battles, and complex economic and social simulations. You will get to rule your lands as a medieval lord, and as the seasons pass, the weather changes and cities will rise and fall. From early previews and looks at this game, it looks utterly outstanding, not only graphically, but mechanically. Many previews have stated that this is a city builder, but with total war mechanics, and to me, that sounds like a match made in heaven. Remember to subscribe to the channel as we bring you more updates on this game closer to launch. Now, we've got another game that's being added to Xbox Game Pass in the 2024 list. Commandos is making a triumphant return next year in the form of Commandos Origins, and it will be available day one on Game Pass for Xbox Series X and S. Commandos Origins is set during the World War II era and is centered around a storyline where the series' original characters will unite to form the legendary Commandos. This game will feature over 10 missions across authentic historical locations, including places like the African deserts, the icy landscapes of the Arctic, and so much more. There's no exact date for this one yet, but we will keep you updated on this game and provide more details whenever we get more information from the devs. Have you been enjoying the Game Pass offering so far? Let me know in the comments below, as I'm curious to see if Xbox are giving you a great experience. Like the video if you enjoyed, as it helps find more like-minded gamers like yourselves, and subscribe for more Xbox content every week. Whilst here, check out the video on screen now of 10 new games coming to Xbox Series X and S in November.